Shalom, 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 Israel. Shalom. I hope everybody's having a blessed day. Give a couple of y'all a few minutes to get up in there, come up in here. One or two of y'all, because I want to just get through this quick, short video announcement for the new moon. Shalom, Yashala. Hope everybody's having a blessed and peaceful day. I just want to give an update for H.O.I. New York. Shalom, everybody. H.O.I. New York and New Jersey updated new moon announcement. I made a post the other day saying the new moon was going to be in Brooklyn, but unfortunately, we had to switch locations to East Orange, New Jersey. All right. So all the other H.O.I. camps in the different states, they'll be having their new moons, at their locations accordingly. But this is for H.O.I. New York and New Jersey. H.O.I. New York and New Jersey. We will be keeping the new moon in East Orange, New Jersey instead of Brooklyn, New York. All right. Because we had to adjust some things with the place we was renting out. So for all the brothers in the New York and New Jersey area, HOI members, affiliates, people that follow us and watch us, you're welcome to come out to the new moon. The new moon 12th month, which is tomorrow, sundown, Wednesday, February 10th, 2021 at evening. All right. And inbox me here on Facebook, Kanai Zabach, or email me at houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com. houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com. So you can come out to the new moon. You can get the address and a location. It will be in East Orange, New Jersey. We had to switch locations because of a discrepancy with the location we had rented out in Brooklyn. All right, Salaki, about the inconvenience for any of y'all. Some of y'all saw my post or you got the address already, and you might have thought we was keeping the new moon in New York, Brooklyn, but we're keeping it in East Orange, New Jersey. Now, you brothers and sisters that are in the New York and New Jersey area, come on out. I'm in New York, so I would like to fellowship and see you brothers and sisters while I'm here. Y'all know my trips to New York are limited. I'm only here for a few weeks, so come on out to the new moon and fellowship with H.O.I. All right, if you're in the spirit, you're not coming with demons, doctrines, confusion, all right, then you're more than welcome. All right, come in order, and, let's have a good time for the Lord's new moon. So that will be tomorrow, Wednesday, February 10th, 2021 at evening, all right? H.O.I. New York, New Jersey, which is the headquarters of H.O.I. We will be having the new moon celebration in East Orange, New Jersey, starting around 8 p.m. Eastern time. Of course, most high willing, we should be live on one or two of the YouTube channels, or I'll be live. It'll be recorded. The service will be up. But you can watch along while we're doing the service on live. We'll be live on some platforms. We'll announce it tomorrow. So for the brothers and sisters that got the address and thought that the new moon was in Brooklyn, New York, we do apologize. We had that place on Grand Street in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, but we had to change locations to East Orange, New Jersey. If you're in the New York or New Jersey area, East Orange is not too far. All right, it's right outside the city. We'll have plenty. Shalom, everybody. Shalom, Benjamin, HYK in the building. We'll have brothers and sisters with cars and vehicles. If you need assistance with a ride, I know some of y'all coming back to the city, it might be a little difficult. We'll have, most high willing, plenty of vehicles to help and assist brothers and sisters out if need be. Taxis, Ubers, whatever. But we'll make sure everyone gets home. All right, if you're traveling back to the city or to another part of Jersey or whatever the case may be. All right, so the dress code will be chocolate, brown, gold, and black. If you have those colors, wear those. Everyone must wear fringes. Everyone bring a dish or drinks or dessert or whatever you can bring. Make sure your food is clean. All right. We don't just eat or take anybody's food if it don't look properly. You can make, or you can give, or you can give a monetary donation that helps with the feast day or with further feast days. All right, so come on out, Israel. This is one of my only feast days I'll be able to celebrate while I'm out here on the East Coast in New York. So I would like to see, as many brothers and sisters as I can while I'm here to fellowship for the new moon. I'll be here for a few more weeks if you want to come out to any of the camps, out here in New York or wherever we might pull up, in the general area that we might teach. So that's about it. All praise to Yahweh and Yahweh. Come on out and celebrate the new moon feast day, man. Y'all gotta, Israel, as we see the day approaching, we gotta get more into our feast days. Stop making excuses. All right, and make sure you come on out and sacrifice. I bet a lot of y'all didn't have an excuse for Sunday. All right. I know a lot of y'all didn't have an excuse for Sunday for that damn Super Bowl. A lot of y'all probably had y'all little food and everything set up, and you canceled everything so you can watch that Super Bowl. All right. So put the same energy and spirit into the Most High. A lot of y'all probably cooked and ordered y'all wings and pizza and chips. So do the same thing. All right. Do the same thing for the Most High and his feast days. All right. Shalom, H.O.I in Puerto Rico will be coming soon. All right. We actually got access to a house out there. We just learned about a month or two ago we got access to a house in Puerto Rico. So we may be doing some teachings in Puerto Rico soon. H.O.I Puerto Rico. I think somebody, a couple of other brothers just set up a camp out there. I forgot. And I think the Masharai Yasha'Allah was recently out there. All right. But we may be coming to Puerto Rico maybe in the springtime, maybe later on this spring or early summer. We got to work that out, though. But we're not in Puerto Rico as of yet. But we do have the potential to be there if it be the Most High will. Wherever the Spirit guide us. So once again, don't make no excuses, Israel. The scriptures tell you in Sirach, I believe it's 32:17, a sinful man findeth an excuse according to his will. All right. So it also tells you in James, he that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is sin. So if you're supposed to be doing these feast days and making an effort and sacrificing, and you don't do it, that's sin unto you, the Most High said. You will take time out for some damn silly Super Bowl. And I'm not knocking nobody, but, the scriptures tell you folly is set in great dignity. You got a bunch of grown-ass men in tight pants, bending over, hiking a damn ball in between the man's legs to another man. Pause. That has homosexuality all over it. But I'm not knocking any Hebrew that watches sports. I'm not knocking that. All right. But a lot of y'all, and I'm just using the Super Bowl as a talking point. Don't nobody get simple or oversensitive. If you watch sports, you watch sports. Knock yourself out. To me, it's folly. But I'm not knocking anybody, But my point being, and it don't have to be sports. I'm just using that because the Super Bowl just passed. But my point being, put your same energy and spirit into the feast days of the Lord and fellowshipping with your people, especially y'all that's in this truth. Our people that's in the world, they're going to knock themselves out with worldly things. All right. Also, Wicked Valentine's Day is coming up. So, to offset that spirit, I said Valentine's Day is coming up and somebody put a heart. That's the spirit. You can't make this stuff up. Somebody put a heart, as I said, Wicked Valentine's Day is coming up. But to offset these wicked holidays of this society, you have the righteous holidays of holy days of the Most High. So come on out and celebrate the new moon as an alternative, Shalom Karat, as an alternative to celebrating the Valentine's Day. All right? Because all that is chocolates and hearts. And when you go back to the history of St. Valentine, it's a bloody history. during the Roman Empire. So, you know you want to celebrate that. Anyway, that's all satanic and bloody. But not to ramble on or go into a tangent, but the main thing is let's put our spirit into these feast days. All right? Don't make an excuse. All right? When you check it out in the book of Luke, I believe it's Luke 14, where Yahushua had the parable of the laborers, right? And Yahushua said, look, man, he bid them to the marriage, and they all with one consent began to make an excuse. I'm just quoting a few scripts I'm just more so making a commentary update announcement about the new moon. That, I'm not really doing it in the so much lesson form, but everything is scripture. Yahushua said they all begin with one consent to make an excuse when it was time for them, for the kingdom. I'm roughly paraphrasing. But one man said, I married a wife. One man said, I got oxen. I got a house. Whatever the case may be. All right, so don't do that with the Most High in his feast days, and especially for you men when it's time to do his work. And for you men, if your wife is stopping you from the feast days, man, that's not good. All right, you brothers, man. Well, I'm not going, so you ain't going. Well, you ain't going. Would you just sit your ass down here? I'm going to you and the children to be fine, or I might just fringe the children up and they coming with me. You sit your ass here if you don't want to go. All right? You brothers got to stop being weak, man. I can see if your wife is sick or she on her monthly or she can't make it, is an emergency, and you be like, all right, brothers, I'm going to just go on alive and I'm going to stay here and hold on my wife and my family. But a lot of you brothers, man, oh, my wife ain't going, or she don't want to go, or she don't want me to go. All right? You got to man the hell up and be like, all right, baby, you and the children could stay here. Because I know sometimes it's hard to man the children if your wife is not there with you. But you brothers got to man up and stop making excuses of my wife didn't want to go. All right, what if your wife don't want to go to the kingdom? You going to tell Yahushua, I'm not going to the kingdom? Brothers got to stop being weak, man, because I've heard that excuse before. And I know of situations of brothers' wives shutting them down. And we can't have that, brothers. All right? You sisters. We know it's a little different with a woman because sometimes, like, we got a lot of sisters with that have husbands in the world that's not in this truth. And it's hard because you still want to obey your husband or whatever. But you sisters, maybe if you need the elders to talk to them, or, look, babe, I love you and respect you, but I also love and respect the Most High and want to keep his feast days. You can't tell me just to stay home. You don't want me to go because you're not in the truth, and I'm trying to serve the Most High Yahushua. And I know that's a sticky, that's a sticky situation because, you sisters want to obey your husband still. You still want to do the right thing. But maybe you need to have a talk with them and say, my loyalty to you as my husband is one thing, but my loyalty to the Most High Yahushua is different. All right, so sometimes I say all that to say, sometimes your spouse can be a hindrance, whether they're in the truth or not in the truth. And you brothers, man, I'm going to get on you men. You a big, strong, whole man. And your woman, you 6'5" and damn 300 pounds, 250 pounds. Your woman is damn 5'2", 120 on a heavy day, and she shutting you down. You ain't going to no new moon. And you a whole big man that shut down. Salakia Israel. I'm just saying, man, balance it out. And if your wife is not sick, jacked up, whatever, and you say, well, all right, brothers, I'm gonna sit this one out because I'm going to hold her and the children down. But if your wife just got a demon on her or a spirit on her, or she just don't want to go, she want to be difficult, and you ain't going, that's off, man. Or she used the car or the transportation or whatever against you, the hell with that. Yo, ask another brother to come pick you up. Or a sister, hell. And say, look, I'm still going to go and keep the feast. I understand you might say, well, You know, I don't know what that me got on Facebook. Feels so horrible, but all praises. I needed this pre-Zabach. Okay, Khan, throw out it, sister. All praises. Most I will, and I might be out there in Detroit in a couple of weeks. All right, I'll keep y'all posted. All right, if the Most High says the same. I just gotta I need another day or two to make sure. I might pull up out there on my way back west, but I'll let y'all know. All right, but in other words, without a legitimate excuse or issue, your spouse shouldn't be a reason why you don't attend the feast days if it's not something legitimate. They can stay home if they have to for whatever reason. You can still attend. They can watch on live. You can continue to celebrate with them when you get back home because the rest of that whole day is still the feast day. All right, so stop making these excuses, Israel, and keep these feasts. Come and gather with your brothers and sisters, especially if you have a congregation that's halfway decent. A lot of y'all use that individualite excuse, or these camps are off, and I don't go around. But we know Israel can be off. And Israel will make you want to be by yourself sometime. I've been there. As an elder and leader and still dealing with thousands of people in Israel, y'all can imagine what we go through. That's why Solomon prayed. When you read 1 Kings, Solomon said, Lord, give me an understanding heart that I may judge these people, may judge Israel. He said, that's all I want. Before riches, fame, honor, glory, give me the ability to deal with my people. All right, that's what Solomon prayed for. All right, so, you know, it's hard. It can be hard, but the Most High, he said, gather yourselves together. Gather together, O nation not desired. Zephaniah 2, 1 through 3. Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 36 and 11. He said, gather together, O nation not desired, before the decree. All right, before that, before the time passed, the judgment come. All right, so don't make excuses, Israel. All right, get in the spirit, do what you got to do, and come and serve the Most High. If you're not sick, you just couldn't get off from work for whatever reason, you didn't put in time for you know, your job, whatever the case. If it's something legitimate, the Most High understands. And let me say this, Israel, we don't judge you. As elders, leaders, senior men, we encourage you. If you don't make it for whatever reason, you don't make it. We're not gonna make a 15-part YouTube video on you. That brother's off. You know, he ain't make it to the feast. Pull out that scripture. No. That's between you and the Most High. You know if you had a legitimate reason or issue or not that you didn't attend the feast. All right, but I'm just saying, I'm just bringing this out for encouragement. The Most High told us, exhort one another, so much the more as we see the day approaching. We see Esau's kingdom falling. Right now, they having Donald Trump's second impeachment trial. Even though they may not impeach him, but that's Mark 3:22. Satan's kingdom is divided against itself. All right? Y'all about to have me going to a damn lesson. I'm just supposed to be making a commentary update about the new moon. But it's all the spirit. All right? So, Israel, once again, to recap everything. H.O.I, New York, New Jersey, headquarters. We had to move the new moon from Brooklyn, New York to East Orange, New Jersey. We apologize for any inconvenience. Email me, houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com, or inbox me here on Facebook if you're in the New York, New Jersey area, you would like to attend the new moon. The new moon is tomorrow, sundown, February 10th, Wednesday, 2021 at even. It's the new moon 12th month. Next month, Friday, Shabbat evening night, March 12th, 2021, it's the new year. That's when the new year comes in. All praises, hallelujah. So that's what's coming up. And of course, Passover is Friday, March 26th at even. That will be in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm going to do a separate video for that. And the closing of the Passover will be Thursday, April 1st, 2021. All the HOI camps will be closing out in their different cities, but the opening will all converging on Atlanta, or whoever can make it. Even for the opening, some HOI camps that may not be able to make it for one reason or the other, they're going to stay in their cities and do the opening. But as far as this new moon, once again, HOI New York, New Jersey, the new moon will be tomorrow night, Wednesday, February 10th, 2021 at 8 p.m., even 8 p.m. It will be in East Orange, New Jersey. You have to contact us for the address. We're not just putting the address out there for any damn nutcase kook to just show up. Even though you'll be regulated, but you have to be vetted. We got to know who you are. And once you email us, message us, oh, I know that brother, I know that sister. That's a member, that's a follower, that's a student, that's a recruit. Whatever the case may be, if you're already part of the body, you know, with your position, we know who you are, of course. All right, Elder, I need the address to come on out and fellowship for the new moon. All right, so we had to change it because of time constraints and different things. New York is still tripping on this COVID. All right, so sometimes we got to make adjustments with these feast days to accommodate everybody, especially if we have a certain amount of people and we want to be able to enjoy the service up until a certain amount of time of night. All right, New York is opening back up as of February the 12th. They're going to start opening back up a little bit, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, tomorrow, all right, for the new moon, come on out to East Orange, New Jersey. And if not, try to make it to the rest of the feast days coming up. Purim is coming up. Oh, Salaki, I forgot. Day of Judas Maccabees or Day of Nicanor's death will be Monday, February 22nd. The first day of Purim will be Tuesday, February 23rd. And the second day of Purim will be Wednesday, February 24th. All right. Those are the feast days coming up accordingly. But all that will be announced on dates. We have the calendar. We have the feast day calendar, and we're completing the new moon calendar. Inbox me, text me, whatever, to get the feast day calendar. That's available now. All right, and the new moon calendar will be available in a few days. So that's about it. Any questions or comments? You got ginger and lime prayer, sis. Yeah, this is the season for ginger, lime, all that good stuff. Especially in New York, we got cold, blizzard, snow weather, temperature dipping. Anybody, any questions or comments? I see y'all kind of chatting with each other. Sister said, never come into the truth for a man, sisters, and never stay because of a man. Work out your own salvation, Khan. All right, don't come into the truth looking for, this is not a dating service, and some of y'all could be a little thirsty, man. Don't come in here just looking for, you go through damn 4 different men just to get a man, or brother, every damn sister you see. All right. Who's that? Kanawak? The video from Chicago almost done. Khan, all praises. The video from Illinois is almost done. Khan. Yeah, Kanawak, I'm gonna call you. I might be pulling up on Detroit. All right, I might make a pit stop there on my way back home west. I'll let y'all know. So y'all try to round up everybody in Detroit so we could get together and set up our game, our next move in the D H.O.I Detroit. But I'll keep y'all posted. I should definitely know in about 2 days. All right. So yeah, if you desiring a relationship, the Most High can give you that, but don't come in Israel just for that. Shalom, Danyala, H.O.I, Buffalo. Don't come in Israel just for that. Now, if you like somebody, you like somebody. That's different. If brothers and sisters are attracted to each other, that's understandable. But even with that, take your time. Talk. Get to know each other. Sometimes you might have an instant attraction and it's strong. That's all good. But, you know, do things in a certain order. Because most of the time, not all the time, most of the time, if you move too fast, it can be a disaster because you didn't get to know each other. Some people move kind of fast, and the Most High bless them to still be together. Is whatever. But, you know, that's a good point Sister Karatazar made. Salakia. All right? Don't let your salvation and your walk in this truth be based upon your mate. Respect and love each other according to the scriptures. But I don't give a damn. If my wives go off, that don't mean I'm going to go to hell off. If my wives get a spirit on them and they don't want this, that, I don't know. Listen, that's you. I'm going to serve the Most High. All right? Adam fell like that. All right? Following after Eve. All right? No. Of the woman became the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. I know that's cold, but it tells you that in Sirach, the 25th chapter. All right? So you should your salvation should not be based upon your spouse. If your spouse is in the spirit and he's serving the Most High Yahweh and y'all moving strong together, that's a beautiful thing. But any one of my wives want to go off any goddamn time, that's on them. You sisters, your husband want to go off at any damn time, that's on him. You know? We had a sister recently, she had to separate herself from her husband. Told him, look, you got to get yourself together. I love you, I still respect you, I'm still with you. I'm not going to go be with another man. But I'm not dealing with you till you get yourself right with the Most High. There you go. All right? So your salvation is not based upon you're serving the Most High. My wife tell me, oh, babe, I don't stay home today. Don't go to camp. No. If it's not a legitimate reason, I'm going to do the work. All right? And I don't want you to go to the feast day. For what? What are you talking about? Just because I don't want you to. No. I'm going to the feast. You can sit your ass right there. And it should be like that with everyone. Like I said, with women is a little different because I know you want to obey your husband as the head. But even with that, you got to balance it out. Or you got to say, look, babe, I'm going to have the elders talk to you because you can't hinder my salvation. You can't hinder me serving the Most High. And the Most High said, if your right, the scriptures say, if your right hand offend you, cut it off. All right? That's another thing. You know, sometimes you got to just do what you got to do. You know, not within sin, not within the realm of sin. But to serve the Most High and Yahweh and put them first, you got to do what you got to do. All right, so that's basically it, Israel. That's some encouragement for y'all. But I wanted to update because it's short notice. We do apologize. It was things out of our control. But we wanted to have a place where we can have the new moon comfortably and don't have to deal with, you know, these different little skeptical things in New York that's going on, you know. Actually, there was I was watching Eyewitness News, ABC Eyewitness News in New York City, and they were bringing out how the police were raiding these underground parties. What they doing in New York now, they taking and they renting people's basements and houses and mansions out, and they having these underground parties where they have hundreds of people at these parties, and because you know because the clubs and the bars is kind of shut down, so they're having these underground parties that people are just going on the underground, and they say, okay, my basement could fit 200 people. I got a big house that can fit 200 people in the basement. You can use my basement for a party, you know, outside of Airbnb. Because Airbnb, they got ordinances and city regulations and all that they got to follow. So they just brought that out on ABC News, these underground parties they having. And where they raiding the people's homes. They raiding these parties. Somebody's telling, or maybe the neighbors are complaining. So we just didn't want to. We know the Most High can watch over us. I've been at Airbnbs where they said you can't have so many people, and we bought double or triple that amount, and the Most High still made us be okay. But when you're renting these places out, these event halls, Airbnbs, or you also have Airbnbs that also act as rental halls, they got these certain laws they got to follow in New York State because of this COVID. Scriptures tell us obey the higher powers. And getting a building is almost like them pulling teeth in New York with the rents and the money it's just like hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars to even thinking about having a building, owning a building in New York. It's very expensive. And there's a lot of red tape. It's credit. It's redlining. It's gentrification. It's institutionalized racism. So even sometimes when you got a good amount of money, they won't let you rent a building or buy a building in a certain area because of Esau's racism or the real estate or they, credit check or whatever. So they doing a lot of rent. It's very hard to get property in New York right now. Unless you got, basically you Esau, you got money. And even then, if you a Negro with money, they wanna, because you want to go to a decent neighborhood. So they going to redline you and keep you out of that neighborhood. They're going to come up with some excuse why you can't rent or buy that building. All right, but I thought new moon was on the so-called Thursday. No, brother, it's going to say Thursday. Like when you look on the new moon, when you look up the new moons, it's going to tell you Thursday. I use www.365calendar.com. When you look on there, the new moon is gonna say 12:15 p.m. Thursday 2/11/2021. But remember, that would be Thursday afternoon at 12 p.m. But remember, our day starts at sundown. So you would do the new moon on sundown Wednesday because that's actually bringing in Thursday. That's the actual day that the new moon comes in, if that makes sense. Now, if you celebrated Thursday, you're not particularly wrong either, because if you celebrate the new moon Thursday at even, that means the new moon is actually here, and you're just keeping it like a day later, all right? But it's not necessarily the apps are flawed, brother. It's just you go by the day. Remember, our day starts at sundown. So if the new moon comes in at 12:15 p.m. on Thursday afternoon, that means sundown Wednesday night is that day within the new moon coming in. It's within that day. All right, so we're keeping it sundown Wednesday night because that's the day that the new moon comes in. Now, if you wait and do it Thursday sundown to say, yes, the new moon is actually here already, then technically there's nothing wrong with that either. All right, that's why you see some brothers do the crescent moon, because they say, okay, that's a sign that the new moon is here. But that's really technically 2 days into the month. The dark moon is the new moon. When you don't see nothing, it's a fresh start. It's nothing there. That's the new moon. But don't go crazy, Israel, because brothers, not just for brother, is that Chris Hunter? Yeah. Just in general. But that's how we calculate it. All right, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense to y'all. So let's say the new moon comes in Friday at 6 a.m. in the morning. Then we would keep the feast Thursday night at even, because that's within that day of 6 a.m. so-called Friday morning. That's the actual day that the new moon comes in. All right? So hopefully that makes sense. But some brothers see it. That's why sometimes you'll see the new moon a day or two after, because some brothers believe you got to wait till it actually comes in. Then that next even you keep the new moon, which kind of makes sense also. Tomato, but That's the way we track it. That's the way we've been doing it. To us, it makes more sense to keep it within that day that it comes in. All right. So let's say, like now, it gets dark in New York about 5:30 p.m. So let's say if it says the new moon Friday at 6 p.m. So then we would keep the new moon Friday at even, because it's right there at that time that the sun is going down. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. All right. So that's the site I use, I think it's 365calendar.com. And it gives you the list of the times they come in. And depending on that time, you set it at even the day that it comes in. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. All right. Now, if y'all going to be proud and puffed up and say that's not how you do it, you calculate the new moon according to the equestrial radius of the fifth dimension of Jerusalem at the Wailing Wall under the full moon in the Pacific Ocean in a direction of the equator's realm. It's a conspiracy, my brother. Looking like Damon Wayans on In Living Color. Because the equestrian radius of the sun is what reflects off the moon and gives you the new moon, my brother. Elder Zabach don't know what he's talking about. He don't know how to calculate the new moon. Knock yourself out, all right? That means you're more righteous than me. You'll get the kingdom 5 minutes before me. You know how to calculate the equestrian radius of the sun under the new moon on the side of the Red Sea. So you know how to calculate the new moon better than us, better than me. So you more righteous, brother, all right? Shalom. But that's how we do it, plain and simple, to the point, dark moon, all right? If you see something else, it's all good. All right, remember, Judges 5 and 11, we rehearsing the righteous acts. Colossians 2, 16, 17, these are a shadow of things to come, but the body is of H.O.I. When we get in the kingdom, we'll be doing it perfectly. Don't knock any camp for how they research their feast days or whatever. Long as they doing them, the Most High will put everything in order and have us all on one same accord when we get the kingdom. Right now, we just rehearsing. So that's why I don't get into stupid, petty arguments and drama and make videos calling brothers stupid. And you would never really see me doing that. You know, some things might not make sense to me, but you ain't going to see me call you stupid if you believe in that, you dumb nigger. You know, you ain't going to never really see that from me or H.O.I. Unless it's just some obnoxious damn doctrine like a brother say trannies can come to the Passover, then I'll be like, come on, brother, that's just dumbass doctrine. But you're not going to get the pride and the negativity and, bashing other brothers. You believe in that dumb, stupid, idiot doctrine, dummy? You dumb camps out there. That's pride. To me, that's pride. All right? Because one man plant, another man water, the Most High bring the increase. Israel is scattered everywhere. The Most High going to wake us up from everywhere. So that's just pride. All right, but anyway, that's it, Israel. Once again, H.O.I. New York, New Jersey Foundation. We had to make an adjustment announcement. The new moon will be tomorrow. New moon, 12th month, February 10th, 2021 at even. East Orange, New Jersey, 8 p.m. Inbox me, email me, houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com for the address. And you will be vetted so we can know who you are. But if we already know who you are, of course, we'll just give you the address. Come on through. You're part of the H.O.I. body. We know who you are. And that's it, Israel. Stay blessed. Stay strong. Much love in the Mashiach Yahushai. And coming out to the feast. Salakia once again to those that had the Brooklyn address. But we had to make an update and adjust accordingly. So now come on out. We got free range. We don't have to really worry about time restraints, whatever. We can come on out and celebrate. Eat, drink, be merry. Keep everything in order. All your eating and drinking, let it be in moderation and according to the law. and come on out and celebrate with the family. All right? Priest Zabach, H.O.I to the chariots fly. All praise to Yahweh Bashim Mashiach Yahushai forever and ever. All the camps in Yahweh and Yahweh Shai that are in sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Much love to my family. H.O.I to the chariots fly. H.O.I, pull up boys, bring it out. All praise to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai forever and ever. Amen. Ashar Kadash Shirak. Happy new Brew Moon 2021, 12th month 2021, February 10th, Wednesday at even. Coming out and celebrate if you're in the New York area. I would love to see as many brothers and sisters as I can while I'm here on the East Coast. So coming out and fellowship Israel. Kwame Sha'ala. Hallelujah. Shalom.